Hey everyone, RG here and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 building tips and tricks video. And in this video I'm gonna share with you 4 pro builders tips that you probably didn't know of. So let's start with our first one, is how to create split level roof without CC, without mods. Let's get into it. So before we are creating our split level roof, of course, we need to pick the height of the wall that we want this split level roof to be on. So you can go with a really tiny one, just like this. You can go with really high one. So I'm going with that size of a wall. As you can see, this is a room that is half size of a wall. After you did that, we want to create a 1x1 room really close to the area where we want the roof to be. So I'm going to place it right here so it will be easy for me to manipulate it. After doing so, we're going to take the roof that we want, and this is important, take the roof that you want to have, not something that you thinking of or things that you want to change later on. Pick the roof that you want to have. So for my build, I'm gonna use the half-hipped roof, and I'm gonna place it over here just like that, and you have a roof. No, I'm kidding, that's not what we want to do. You're gonna take the roof, I'm gonna turn it one time to the right and place it on top of that 1x1 room. Now this is important, people. Toggle that 1x1 room and use the indicator to raise that thing up. Now what you want to do and what you're trying to achieve is a perfect line up between that roof and that edge of the half wall. So make sure that you're raising it until you see they are perfectly in line, and this is what you are looking for. Yeah, you can see that there is a perfect line between those two. Once you've done that, you can just delete that 1x1 room and just stretch that wall into its place just like that. From this point, you just need to do those small modifications, stretch it all across, lower it down if you want. You can stretch it like so, add those beautiful, I don't know, cover to it, do whatever you want with it. But this is important, people, to not do any changes to the walls in the build, because yes, you saw it right, it will vanish. So if you want to avoid that, I highly recommend for you to do that thing basically at the end of your building, or do it whatever you want and then just redo it if you're doing some sort of changes to the walls, deleting them, or even if you are lowering the whole building down. This is how simple it is to create a split level roofing for your build, and I hope you learned something new. Moving on! Exterior trims, one of the most annoying things to deal with, and I'm talking about those things over here. How many times you try to apply those trims to the upper floor or to the flat roof that you're having in your build, and you just couldn't do it, because every time you're trying to do, you can apply them to the first floor, but you cannot apply them to the second floor. I'm talking about, of course, over here. So what if I tell you that you can do it? So what you can do is basically placing a room on top of it, just like so, and then you can apply all those trims to that second floor like so. But what happens if you have a roof and you want to have those trims underneath that gabled roof or half gabled roof or whatever you want to call it, whatever type of roof you have, and you want to apply those trims over here? What happens then? It's quite simple. You don't need to create a room. What you can do is, let's stretch that thing back. What you can do is just take a normal flat square, place it on as a roof, yes people, and stretch it all across your roof or in the design of the roof that you're having in your build. Cover it with that roof that you're having. And now look at this beauty. You can apply any type of trim to the second floor, people. Yes, this is how simple it is. But I have another quick tip for you, because I just love you. Did you know that you can apply any type of trim, and even more than one type of trim, to your build? You don't have to just apply it all over your build. As you can see right now, it's applying it all over my build. You can apply it to only one wall or one section by holding the shift key, and look at this. Bam! Now you can place it wherever you want. You can of course do some I don't know, combine them together, do whatever you want with them. You can change them, you can do that anywhere, you can do it everywhere. Look at that, you can play with trims and you can do that just by holding Shift. Small tip, but very efficient. Now another building tip for you, if you don't like the pre-made trims that we have in the game and you want to create your own, just look for the term shelf in the search bar, pick the first one, not the second one, the first one, which is a free searching term, and pick your shelf that you like. Take it off and hold the Shift key and just start placing it all around your build. This is how the pro builders create their own custom-made shelving. Another small but really awesome tip for you. My third tip for you is actually how to create a custom-made windows that are not glitchy. As you can see here, I created those two windows with basically those two type of windows. I think they are from the Snowy Escape pack, and I just overlay them one on top of each other. But we have that glitchy area over here. You want to know how I can fix that without mods or CC? That's quite simple, so just follow up. What you want to do is to take off that wall. You can do that by the hammer tool, one by one like that. I highly recommend for you not to do that because you might delete some other things. What you can do also is to grab the wall tool, hold the control key and just stretch it on across that wall and it will vanish. Now it's still a little glitchy, of course, because we haven't done anything yet. From this point, what you want to do actually is to grab one of the windows and move it just slightly, just a smidge, so they will not intertwine or overlay each other. As you can see, the connection between them is not perfect, but it's really nothing that the eye can catch from far distance. From this point, just bring the wall back, apply the pattern for the wall, and look at this. Same type of window, one side is glitchy, the other one is not, and this trick can work with all type of windows. Another prop building tip for you is actually how to do flooring the best way you can, or tile flooring, or whatever you want to call that thing. The most common thing that builders do is actually to take one of the type of floors and just apply it to the whole floor just like this. Wrong! Don't do that ever again after this build. Why? Because you can actually take one of those kind of simple flooring and create something amazing with it. What if you don't do that and instead you take it one by one, and just for the purpose of comparing the two, this is how it's gonna look when you're doing it by floor or by full room, right? And what will happen if you're gonna take the same tile, place it one time by hand, turn it one time to the right with the arrows, do it one more time and last time, and look at this awesome tiling. Now I know that doing this all over the build, it can be a bit frustrating, so this is how you can actually do this the easiest way you can even think of. Just take yourself a 2x2 floor, or how do you call it, the L-shaped thing, and create it as a 2x2 flooring and do that trick on it. Just like that. One, turn it one time to the right again, and last time. And now just save that as a room, just like so. And once you have that, you can just place it on your build and reapply it every time by holding Shift key and place it like so. And look at this. Now this is how it can look. Let's place it over here like so. And like so, and look at this compared to that. Isn't that awesome? This is how pro builders do it, and this is how the average builder do it. So I hope you gonna do this one, right? Now just to give you another quick awesome tip, you can do that with basically all type of the patterns. Just think outside of the box. For an example, this styling is one of the most common used in modern builds because those are just big fat tiles, right? Like just like this. Now let's say that you want to be a bit more creative, so instead of doing that, make one line of them being full like this. In the second line, actually what you want to do is to turn the tile one time to the left, and you will end up with this. How awesome is this compared to that? This is boring, this is pro builder. And just do that again, turn it one time to the right, because this is actually the other side that we would just turned it, and place another line, turn it one time to the left again and do the other line, just like this. There we go. And this is how simple it is to be a bit more creative. This is how the pro builder do it, and not just applying the whole room with the same pattern. Just think outside of the box. Another small tip for you that people probably didn't ever told you, that you can create some even triangle designs by just holding Ctrl F on the tile that you like. So let's say that I want to create some sort of a corner that is a triangle, so I will take the tile that I want, Ctrl F it, and then you have this really awesome and kind of weird tiling option, you can call it, and you can really play with it around. But in our case, we're just gonna do it by hand like so, and we're gonna fill that corner with those type of tiles. Just don't try to stretch it because you will end up with squares. So manually place it down and look at this. You created yourself a corner that is a triangle. Something really, really awesome, quite simple. Many people do not know about it, and I thought that you should. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification button if you are new here. And until the next time, keep that Sims party going for me, because RGeetect is signing off.